And then I all share and also subscribe it. I'm a YouTube channel, like and share. A year Chief Justice, no one seminal and no updates and never because a petition a fresh call Supreme Court to normal dismissing. Now TV3 interrogation a course. Now open your back say the voting of the committee no 30 against 1. Ballot papers no Likee. Yes, or say ballot papers no Likee. I confirm it say and no general so di hu say I the committee no a vote 30 against 1. And sana omo establish prima facie case and sana ye proceed to the hearing committee no. It was say the voting ballot no Likee. Into no Mami Torkono there, she is a goner. And Mami Torkono said the law is the law and nobody is abusing the law. I am Rano Maneka. Into no petition by no. And I come a Council of State also tenacity if you no established prima facie case. Into the law is the law, no process none and also no mammy dear. Benin is also no mammy besa back. Ebushia you could tear a opening Kesi and some more say. I confirm leaked ballot papers from the committee no. A show say Mami Torkono case or my established prima facie case no. As an a proceed to the probe committee no. God bless you.
Those who get justice through negotiation is right, but I told you sorry.
Well, the part about we know those who do, I don't know that part.
What did we record is of Godfrey Dame as well as Yoni Kolende allegedly in the Richard Jakpa case.
So I'm making the case. So the first part of him saying that it's a monstrous lie, listen, I agree with him. Again, as I said, unless or until there's any empirical evidence to prove otherwise, I agree with him because that's not whom he is. And he won't do that. He won't descend that low. He won't degenerate that low. No. I also know Justice Yoni Kolende. Let me say briefly, and I also know that he will not descend solo to do this. So I can vouch in my own small corner and in my own small area where I sit, and I haven't met this great gentleman of the land and great gentleman of their legal professions. Remember, I'm not a student of law and I'm not a lawyer, but having seen them, some of them like Judicial, I've seen him closely work, they can never and they will never do this. If tomorrow empirical evidence, irrefutable evidence is brought to road, then I'm prepared. For now, I'll say no, it has never happened. Then again, I move to the case, but I've made a cool process that with regards to the broader case, my position is stated. There are certain things that I want to talk about, I want to state about, especially with regards to the global info analytics issues.
About the perception.
Yes.
53% of Ghanaians say the process is no problem at all.
I'm really surprised.
Why get worried? You are the only doubting Thomas.
I didn't say I'm worried. And secondly, I said I was a doubting Thomas when it came to the two gentlemen. Let's say, when it came to Judiciary and Yoni Kolende. I am completely doubting because it never happened too. But when the whole process to remove the Chief Justice, I have said that problem with it. And I'm really surprised that it's only about 53% of people that support it, considering the salacious allegations fed to the public on these issues. Considering how the presidency, the seat of government, has micromanaged this process, especially with the flow of information. That a prima facie has been gotten against this person, yet only 53 of the person approve it. It's really amazing. Because I would have thought that it should have been a stampede. I would have thought that, considering what has been put out there, it should have been 70 to 80%.
Why should we have 70 to 80% based on your own margins to be supporting?
No, because
in relation to public opinion of Ghanaians, Dr. Zato.
I'm telling you why. Why? Because so far the public has been fed one side.
Who has fed them?
I don't know. But they have been fed, and I'm trying to tell you who fed them.
Dr. Zato, you said the public has been fed. Who feeds them? And then you say you don't know, Dr. Zato.
Somebody fed them. The public. Somebody told the public that. When the Council of State voted, they voted 30 to 1 to find prima facie case. The Council of State operates like what? A conclave. Nobody is supposed to know the deliberations of it. It's supposed to be in camera, right? But all of a sudden, we are told that Not only have people seen literally the ballot papers, they know who abstained.
Who told you?
There was news on public news. On
Which station is telling you that they've seen the ballot papers of the Council of State, Dr. Zato?
The station that told me that it was voted 30-1.
Which station? Which station, Dr. Zato?
Which station? There was a news.
Are you basing your comments, and mind you, based on your expertise as well and your own political stakeholdership, on public opinion, or you're basing this on fact that this was broadcast on a media platform? It
was broadcast on a media platform that 30 the vote in the conclave.
Which station said that, Dr. Zato?
I'll make it available to you, but can I make my point?
Please do.
That the government officials, government communicators, official government officials and government communicators have communicated that they
by something system. I mean, when there are some of these issues, all of a sudden you hear groups popping up.
What system? Something system?
Citizenship. We faced as a movement for change was this young man Adenta Kubi.
Why do you intend to attend to
Alan Chamanti had given him the opportunity, all the opportunities in this world to shine?
You seem to be attacking his credibility. Wanda Madilo also says that, and all of a sudden also Dr. Zato, the distinguished Dr. Zato, also says
he's a very good friend. Adenta Kubi is a very good friend of mine.
I don't know him.
But I need to. You see, some of us need to help him. The petition that he has issued, what are the substantive issues he's raising? He has not even told you the sort of discussions that were going on. Whether they were discussing how the matters will be dealt with at the committee levels or so. All he's saying is that two people, as part of the committee, met, went to eat, and that the whole entire committee members must be scrapped.
As Santoku.
What sort of life is this? Now you don't tell us the conclusion of their meetings. All you are saying is that the president must dispatch with whatever is going on. See, it is Justice Gertrude Araba Torkono that we are discussing. If anybody is affected by any meetings anywhere, it has to be Justice Torkono who has to file a petition and then asking people to recuse themselves from whatever committee or so that they are sitting on. Not Adenta Kumi. What is Adenta Kumi is taking this? But as usual, my younger brother will come and do this. Because you see, when we were with the movement for change, and I want to give you a background of this young man so that people will understand how he operates. And it's not good for him. He has a future. Yes, he needs to build it up. I'm doing this morning with pains because I know him. But I need to also help him out. When he left the movement for change, immediately went and swindled MPP members that he has brought on board 6,000 members of the movement for change to the MPP.
Huh?
Adenta Kubi. Now we asked him, where were the 6,000 members that you brought? He said, oh, very soon you will show them. Till date. No, he went away with only 6 members. You understand? He has no such capacity. But you see, the second aspect of Tadio Sori's message or Facebook post is why I am saying that there has to be a thorough probe.
Why?
He said he knows people who procures judgments through what?
Negotiations.
Negotiations. That is a bomb. That is a.
That even should be the focus.
It's a serious matter. It is. Then Tadio Sori must help in this country. Can I be sure that tomorrow if I'm going to court and there is a lawyer involved in the matter, we need a full probe. Adenta Kumi must come in. Tadio Sori must also come in. Of this country identify, mention name and shame
on the
negotiations so that this country will be saved. Because you see, it is one of the cardinal principles expected of every Ghanaian that you try to name and shame those that are destroying the integrity of this country. By doing that, we would have saved the judiciary. Other than that, what I've said, Adenta Kumi has no credibility. Now to go to the polls. I don't know, honestly, the relevance of some of these polls. Because if Musa Danka went and did a poll, and it came out that less than 1% of Ghanaians did not favor the removal process, would he be concluding or telling Ghanaians that because majority of Ghanaians do not support the removal process, the president must defy the constitution of this country and then let go the CJ? Is that what the indication is? I disagree. Even if 0% of Ghanaians disagree with the whole process, the constitution is the constitution. The law is the law.
Why is that important?
Very important because, you see, when armed robbers are being sent to jail, or when people are pronounced guilty of an offense that should go to jail, will Musa Dankwa go and conduct a survey to determine whether or not Ghanaians are in favor of that armed robber being jailed? I disagree. Let the president operate within the confines of the law. Let the president operate within the constitution, and that is what every Ghanaian has endorsed this constitution. Whatever is seen, it has been endorsed. So we don't need any second opinion to endorse the constitution.
And so far, you think the president is on the right track?
I have called, I've said time with that number on this platform that somebody must come and tell me why the president has gotten it wrong. Now, to come back to my brother, Dr. Zato. You were talking about people leaking, Council of State voting. Are you sure about that? In any case, the first person that got this whole process leaked was somebody from the New Patriotic Party. I call Vincent Assefa. How did Vincent Assefa get to know that Gertrude Araba Torkono, that the petition was about, give her copy? Roland, you have been petitioned against, that you have issues to answer. Roland has not made any statement, but Zato is telling the whole world that you have not gotten a copy of it. How did Zato get to know that you have not received a copy of it?
And Zato is Vincent Assefa.
Assefa. What it means, the only reasonable deductions you can make is that Roland had told Zato that he has not received any petition
from you,
from me. So if anybody had leaked the petition, then the only conclusion I can make here will be from the camp of the Mbati Chief Justice. So we shouldn't go there. In any case, the decision of the Council of State that you are claiming to be 32 or so, even if it was 1615, it still remains the decision of the Council of State.
I don't understand.
Because we have only one Council of State. Just like always parliamentarians to come and tell us that, oh, we the minority members, we boycotted, that is on serious position. Once Parliament takes a decision, it's the decision of Parliament. We don't have a minority decision, we don't have a majority decision. It is the decision of the Council of State. And I believe that the former Chief Justice, Justice Sophia Akufu, must do this country the greatest honors. Because her name is the one circulating, that she abstained.
But that's speculation.
And that is why she has to come out. She has to come out because, you see, because there again, then you are also speculating into a realm that, yes, the silence is concerned. I mean, you agree that that was what really took place at the Council of State. But you have to come out if indeed you voted against, and the reason for voting against was that you disagreed with the process. Then we go with it, and we also come back and ask you how you established your prima facie case against Charlotte Osei.
Huh?
You know, she was the one that established the prima facie case in the matter involving Charlotte Osei.
Because of the, again, using Article 146.
Absolutely.
And the
so you see, we must straighten this guy. I'm saying that this country, this case or this petition will heal the wounds of this country. Every other 20 issues that will come on board, let's form a committee and go into it. But this morning, I am on the case of Adenta Kumi and that of Tadio Sori. I believe that his second statement that people procure judgment through negotiations must be taken on board. It must be thoroughly investigated so that we rid this country of lawyers. Now, when you go to court as a client, apart from paying for the lawyer, you have to go and look for money to also be paid for negotiations. Is that what we are to be treated to? Is that what, as a country, we want? That's why some of the lawyers, when they go to court, they throw their weight about. Because no matter the law that their opposing lawyer will speak, it is all about who can pay or who can negotiate more.
You mean going by the post of Tadio Sori?
And he's a senior lawyer. Mind you,
very experienced.
I was the campaign manager of Vicky Bright in those days.
I don't understand. Vicky
Bright. I mean, the former...
I know Vicky Bright.
You know, yes. At Okakwe South. When we took the MPP to court on Ahmed Atta's case, Vicky finds one of the finest brains I've ever seen in this country. I don't know why she's been underutilized in this country. I know whether the MPP is in shambles. such a fine brain, uncomparable, the kind of qualities
And you were in the campaign team?
I was the campaign manager for her in Okakwe South. We took the MPP to court on America's case. Tadio Sori was our lawyer. He did a very beautiful case. He was on point. Only that the domain, the way and manner that judgment. One day we'll visit that judgment. And then you see how people have been shortchanged in this country. And so, what are you begging for? You are not going to beg for anything on this platform.
No.
I'm talking.
No. I just want. No. I will not.
No. Solo, cool down. Please bring some water for Solo. Solo is too hot.
It's okay.
Please, Solo, cool down. Okay, so Wanda Madilo. Yeah. There are questions that have been raised here that the responses of the distinguished lawyer Tadio Sori seem to have even raised a bigger concern and a doubt that negotiations are undertaken before verdicts are reached.
I'm even surprised this is going to make me.
Well, that's a public post. There's no doubt about the public post.
Prior to today, at least we've heard. You remember in the past, there was Justice Atuguba, Dr. now Professor Atuguba. Yeah. Then this man, former NCC boss who passed on, what's his name?
NCC.
Yeah, NCC.
I'm sure.
No, not I'm sure it's alive. Yeah. So it was Atuguba, Chris Akume, and the other one, I forgot. Larry Bimi.
Larry Bimi, yes.
You remember the Larry Bimi?
Yeah, Larry Bimi, yes.
They actually waged a war that was targeted as, I don't want to use the word cleanse, but clean some of the dark activities in our judiciary, if you remember. Fast forward that, we saw what Dami did as Attorney General, if you remember, the very many allegations and the issues that have come up.
You mean the tape recordings and all? No.
So I don't want to go into that, but I want to zero in back on the issue of Adenta Kumi. Now, Santoku is a public restaurant. Let's get the picture clear.
I don't know that.
It's a public place. I mean, if your people can give us videos.
No, it's okay, please. They're a private entity.
It's a public place that anybody walks in to have dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever you want to do. People have their own private meetings or engagements or whatever, get together, whatever you want to do. It's a very public place. And so let's put it in perspective. I know that a lawyer of that repute, Kulendi of that repute, necessarily, if they want to go to that place, nothing bars them from going there.
Okay.
And so it's even possible that they must have gone there on their own before, ever, or on the day to have dinner or lunch. And then somebody pieced this together to say that they went to have a meeting on the proceedings of the committee. Now the committee is
and this is a hypothetical situation you're painting.
Yes, the committee is made up of 5 people. Kulendi is not even part of the committee in the first place. Tadio Sori is not part of the committee in the first place. You may say that we are told, which we all haven't seen yet, that there are hearings are being done in camera. How did Adenta Kumi know, allegations, if you remember, that they mentioned Kulendi? I hope it's not another scheme, another agenda to rope him in and destroy him. Because I have seen members of the MPP write on Facebook that the person who has shocked them the most on the issue of the justices at the Supreme Court is Kulendi, and that he has disappointed them. I've seen posts on Facebook trying to paint him as a dark sheep or a black sheep or whatever you want to call it. We don't want to go into some of those details. Adenta Kumi himself claims that from bystanders, that's where this country is going to be reduced to.
Third-party report.
Third-party report, that's hearsay. They say. That's where we're going to reduce our country to. Not hardcore evidence. Not that you were part of the meeting. Not that you sat very close to the meeting. Not that you had recordings of the meeting. Not that you saw it happen or they told you that it was happening. I mean, where are we getting to this? As a country of this level of human resource level, this is the kind of debate we want to have over Adenta Kumi, whose credibility itself is in question. So please, let's not get into that level. I mean, I don't want us to worried about this useless petition from a young man who is struggling to find his own feet in life. Now, going forward, the restaurant in question, he says that the restaurant must issue a statement and all that. It may be fine, it may be right. But I think that the people who are mentioned in it should take this guy on. Because enough of the lies, enough of the propaganda, enough of the image tarnishing, enough of
You're saying even this should be escalated?
Yeah, it should be escalated. It should be escalated to the point where he comes to give evidence. maybe uniquely at his position now as a Supreme Court justice may not be able to do that in his private capacity. But people should take this up. I mean, it's embarrassing to get to this level. Let's not reduce our politics to this level of lameness of the mind. It's getting worrying.
Yeah. No, they said 30 voted to say that a prima facie has been established. One abstained. I just want to know, maybe from somebody, who leaked or who revealed this information to him? If the decisions of the Council of State are distant, because I would have expected that precisely because the decisions and the deliberations within the Council of State are in camera, all they could say is that we've established a prima facie or we have not established a prima facie case. But to give this detail, this solid detail about it, for me, is worrying.
It's worrying.
It's just what,
do you think the path on which we are now, the process should go through and not be perhaps accepting some of these lawsuits as well as these petitions?
What we are seeing actually...
Because you seem to have a certain definite mind as to prophesying where this will lead to.
Yes, I'm saying that...
Because you are alone in this boat.
What we are seeing is the interplay between law and politics. And so you cannot remove or you cannot divorce the politics from it. You understand? My point is that if you are in this kind of processes, and then you are telling us, on the one hand, you are saying that something is, for want of the word, is in camera. And I give the example. There is the issue of the conclave that we just had. All we had was that Habamus Papa, and we've got a vote, pope. And when there was no pope, there was black smoke. Nobody came to tell us.
I will share now. I subscribe on my YouTube channel no. Like and share and follow comment share Jumedi nasi. Said the DBI and a veggie bread near Kameti for an phone you know who be. Mami Torkono ni remover no. They say no is now coming out say. You been paying for by no matter as I just say, Mammy Torkono, ya cry chikra because a near money corruption near a year scandals are APP against her. I know the stay tuned.